In this video, I will show you the best niches for Instagram faceless accounts, faceless brands that will make you money, because there's a huge difference in just starting out, getting viral, growing a page, and then noticing, okay, this niche will never make me money because there's no people that I attract that would actually spend money in the topic that I choose to create content about. Okay, so selecting the right niche is the single most critical decision you'll make as a faceless content creator. It's completely underrated in my opinion, because I personally grew over 1 year in niches that had literally no return. Okay, so I learned the hard way, and I would say that this video could probably be the most important video to ever watch in your business model career. If you actually want to build a faceless Instagram account, then this video will save you a lot of money, a lot of pain, and a lot of time. Okay, so if I would have had this video when I started out, I would probably be worth over 50K more than I am right now, just because now I'm having consistent income stream. But back then I just grew in a completely random niche that has had, like I said, no return. And if I would have started my pages sooner, because I knew that they were more profitable, I would have made a lot of more money. Okay, so it determines not just your content strategy, but your long-term sustainability, monetization potential, and ultimately your success on the platform, on Instagram. And I will show you not only faceless niches, I will also show you 2 personal brand niches that are working right now. So whether you want to build a faceless social media account or a personal brand, this video is for you. I've been in the game for almost 3 years now. I've been building my pages to over 1 million followers. I've sold a lot of pages. I got scammed, I bought pages, I didn't get them, I got hacked, and everything basically that you can imagine. And this video will save you a lot of time. I will give you proven examples, like literally pages in the niches that are working right now that you could probably just copy, make them a little bit different, and it would work. Okay, so there are 3 pillars of niche selection that you have to pay attention to. And the first one is passion over profit. The most successful creators understand a fundamental truth, which is passion sustains consistency. So if you are not passionate about your page, you will stop at some point, because you just have to create content every single day for the next years. Okay, and if you actually don't care about the niche and you're just doing it for the money, it will not work. Just trust me with that, and try to consider that as you choose your niche when you're starting out. While monetization potential matters, choosing a niche solely for financial reasons is a recipe for burnout. So like I said, you have to like the page and you have to be interested in that. The ability to post 3 to 4 times daily for years require genuine interest in your subject matter, not just discipline. Okay? And the second most important pillar of niche selection is strategic market analysis. A winning niche combines. Okay, so there are different strategies that you can look for when you decide this niche is good or this niche is not good. First of all, there is low competition. So if you see a page is going viral all the time, it's growing, and you just see this page, or you just see maybe 1 or 2 pages more, then you know this niche is undersaturated. You can literally post the same content and you will grow. Or what you can also look for is low quality existing content. So if you find a page that has a very low quality existing content and it still works, you can literally just learn better content creation, doing the same exact content as they're doing, and you will grow because you're just creating better content. When it comes to growing on Instagram or social media in general, you just literally have to create better content than other people. It has to be in some way better for your audience than it is right now on the platform. Okay, so the opportunity to implement proven strategies from other niches like viral editing techniques can help when going viral. So for example, if you look for the page, let's just go for this page here, okay? I will talk about the niches in a second, but you can see it has 90K followers. And if you now would see this content style, okay, it clearly has no crazy engagement. You could think about a new style of this exact content, which just looks better, and then it could work. So this is basically how you would enhance content and understand that if you are using existing content, you're making it better, it will go viral, okay? And of course, you have to have high monetization potential based on the audience demographics, because at the end of the day, when you're starting out, you're probably just wondering, okay, how can I get viral? How can I look cool? But in the end of the day, you want to make money. You're starting this business model because you want to make money. So if you start in a niche that is completely broad, or it's not really about something that solves people's problem, then you will not make money. So keep this in mind. And there always need to be room for innovation and differentiation, because if you go in a niche that is completely saturated, a lot of people doing it, it's already looking really good, a lot of people doing the same thing and it doesn't work, that is not a good indicator for a good niche, okay? And of course, sustainable content creation, because you have to create content every single day, like I said, and your chosen niche must provide pretty much unlimited content opportunities while aligning with your personal interests and expertise. So the intersection of market opportunity and personal passion creates sustainable success in a niche. And with that being said, I would dive in the first niche, which is psychology and power, which in my opinion is right now one of the best niches to go in, because there's a lot of demand for it. More people are coming up, like Robert Greene, the 48 laws of power. A lot of people are like more interested in how people work, how psychology works, and there is literally no competition. So if you go to this page here, you can see it has 1.5 million followers with 155 posts. Okay, so this is literally a niche. If you're just doing the thing that he's doing, it will work, because there's no competition, because as you see, everything works. He has 100 posts and 1.5 million followers. And yeah, it's a crazy niche. Why? Because there's no competition, like I said. If it would be low quality, then it would also mean that you could go on this niche, but the videos are quality, as you see. And yeah, they just work, okay? So there's a high demand for it. If you look it up in the Google Trends, you will see that psychology and power and yeah, this kind of topics are very increasing in interest and search volume, and it has a massive addressable market. So people who want to get better at psychology and yeah, leading people, working with people, talking to people, even manipulating people, which is of course not good, but some people want to do this. They want to spend money on it. They're buying books every single week, month, whatever. So you can literally sell them here, the opportunities, physical products like clothing, journals, planners. You can also sell them digital products, which are my favorite, like a psychology course, templates, ebooks, like this page is already doing. So if you go to his link in bio, this is also a good way to find out how people are making money with those pages. Just check what they're selling. And yeah, as you can see, they're selling $27 power code ebook kind of thing, which will make them a lot of money because they have a lot of traffic, okay? And of course, you can do brand sponsorships, affiliate partnerships, or you can start a newsletter focusing on providing tips on psychology and laws of power, okay? The second niche is voiceover motivation, which is, in my opinion, not saturated, because not a lot of people want to put in the effort of filming their own voice or capturing their own voice and then editing in a very high quality content style. If you go for the first page that I've linked as an example, it's by Maximize. Unfortunately, he has stopped posting. I don't know why, but yeah, you can see he has 300 posts and 800k followers, and he always uses his own voice combined with like cinematic clips, and he's just providing inspiration, motivation. And he monetized now by teaching people how to edit videos like him. But what he also did back then, he sold his own phone cases. I believe if you check his page, you can see he sold phone cases and he sold a cap, and they all worked for him. So they all sold out because people had a very good connection to them, because all the time they were hearing his voice. And if they hear his voice, they know, okay, this is by Maximize. And that's what you can do with a voiceover motivational page. So you have extremely low competition, that is why it could work, in a rapidly growing format. So the kind of content that he's posting, or other pages that are still posting, they're using a very high quality editing combined with your own voice. It just works. And it kind of creates a personal brand for you, because you develop a very good recognition. And that's what will create a brand that sells in the end of the day. Okay. So they have higher retention rates due to audio visual engagement. So if you go to this page, for example, Advanced Eve, they selling clothing or something like that, and they're keeping the visual identity the same. They posting their own voice. So if you watch their videos, they're always using the same voice and they're using the same editing style. And it just works. And people just stay longer because, yeah, they find it cinematic, they find it cool, they know the voice. And yeah, that's the advantage of the page, of the niche. And if you find some of those two interesting, then I would highly suggest you to start in that niche. But they also have very high monetization opportunities, similar to the power niche. You have room for physical products. If you have, for example, background in e-commerce, you can start a physical brand, product brand. You can start selling high-ticket digital products, for example, helping people how to edit. You take over their content because you're just as good on content creation as the best on Instagram. You can have lucrative brand partnerships, and you can of course start your own personal newsletter with high conversion rates because people feel like it's a personal brand, they have these cool visuals, and just it would work. Okay. The third niche is entrepreneurship and motivational fusion. What do I mean by that? It's basically combining two niches, which is entrepreneurship and motivation. And there's a new page that is popping off that are similar to my content style. In case you don't know, I own the page 11 Stoic, and it's purely inspiration and motivation. But if you go to Bypreneurs, which is a page that combined entrepreneurship and motivation, you can see that it's blowing up. Okay, so he grew over 100K in the last 30 days because he finds an untapped market gap, in my opinion, because entrepreneurship was already there. Like there were pages, just posting about entrepreneurship, like he just random quotes and sharing stories about founders. But there wasn't a page that was applying the content style that was working in a different niche, in the inspirational niche, into this niche. So he combined both, and that's how he created his own new niche, which would be a fusion of two niches, which I mentioned earlier, is also one way of knowing this niche will work. Okay, so there are a lot of pages doing this kind of style, and you can also, you can see that they all work. Zai has extremely high engagement rates and is growing really fast as well. He's posting about stories, entrepreneurship, founders, and motivation combined, and as you can see, it works. The strategic advantage is that you naturally overlap two different niches, which at its own work, and cinematic editing techniques, which also are the best right now on Instagram, utilizes in the space, and it attracts a high-value business-minded audience, which are ready to spend money on good products. So if you create good products, they will spend money, you can make money. Okay, and it has strong viral potential especially for slide posts, because for example, just my page has grown hundreds of thousands of followers just because of slide posts, not only because of reels. So there's definitely a gap there. The monetization opportunity are B2B services and agency offerings. So you can offer people to scale their business. You can offer them editing services. You can offer them high-ticket coaching programs if you want to do that. You can offer them business templates and frameworks. You can also do partnerships. And of course, you can start a newsletter, which is quite easy to do, but it's also very profitable. So there is a lot of monetization opportunity lying in that niche. The fourth niche is philosophy and life wisdom. So if you're interested in philosophy or just in general life advice, those niches work. So if you go to the first page, Opus Reality, he has almost 1 million followers, and he's posting those, I would say cinematic videos in those boxes. So this is just a hook, and then there will come this kind of TV box, and then he's using this cartoon clips, a very unique kind of font, and this is how he tells stories and talks about philosophy or life wisdom. And this just works because you can see there's a lot of pages with few posts that have a lot of followers. So it works, and you will attract very intellectual people because not a lot of people that are not have a high IQ. I don't want to say it in that frame, but I would say that more intellectual people with higher IQs are watching those kind of videos. So you attract a very loyal following, which are ready to invest money, of course, because they trust your brand, they know what you're posting, and there's low competition because you can improve this quality of this content quite easily and just have an advantage from that. Okay, And it has an evergreen content because you can literally use AI to create stories. You can use AI to get new content ideas for this niche. And monetization opportunities, educational courses and philosophical guides. You can launch a mobile app, you can have book deals, you can do brand partnerships and subscription-based newsletters, of course. As the niche is above, you can always start a newsletter about your topic. And with that, we come to the fifth niche, which is poetry and creative expression. This is when you are an actually creative mind and you have this just because you like this, or you've been doing this from a very young age and you're just into this niche naturally, then I would highly suggest you to go on that, because there's not a lot of people who can do this. But if you are, as you can see, he has 3.5 million followers. I think this is one of the biggest poetry account, and it's very like artsy kind of vibe. And these pages can make a lot of money. Like, you can sell a book, you can sell, I don't know, chains, you can sell anything basically, because people crave to get those kind of artsy poetry creative pages. There are not a lot that are working because first of all, not a lot of people try it, but you can see 80 posts and 500k followers is insane, just because it's very artsy, and you kind of need to be an artist to be successful in that. But if you want to try this, then give it a try. It's has very high monetization opportunities, but at the same time you have strategic advantages when it comes to growing and just starting in a random niche. Then of course we have the classic inspirational motivational niche, which I decided to go in back then when I started 2 years ago with this page. I started earlier, but this page was started almost 2 years ago. And it's basically posting about motivation, inspiration. You help people feel a little bit better on a daily basis, and that's what you provide for the value. And you can monetize in different ways. You can launch a mobile app, which we will do, by the way, in the future, and I will talk about that as well on the YouTube channel. But you can have a newsletter, which I personally also have, and I have an editing course, by the way, which is my main income source right now from the page. So I teach people how to make those kind of videos, how to go viral with the cinematic kind of vibe that you can apply in pretty much every niche. And this is how we make money, and this is how you could start a page in that niche as well. If you are actually passionate about it, it's easy, because you have a very strong brand building potential. As you can see, this page, or my page, I try always to be very branded and unique, because people, if you're just like everyone else, then you're just like everyone else. And if you actually want to make like significant amount of money, or you want to build a significant cool brand, then you have to be a little bit different to get different results, of course. Okay, so it works well with various different content formats. You can try out a lot of different stuff, and it's a proven market. Okay, so it's evergreen. There will always be motivational pages. People always need motivation or inspiration, so it just works. And with that, we go to the seventh niche, which is AI innovation and tech entrepreneurship, which in my opinion is one of the best when it comes to making money. Because I know that I cannot give you any specific numbers, but this page, for example, was run or still running by a 21-year-old, which sold this page to, I don't know to who, but he sold this page for multiple six figures, which you can just see that AI is trending. AI will create new millionaires, billionaires, whatever. It's a new revolution. And if you are interested in AI, then I would highly suggest you to just fuck every else niche. Just go in that niche, okay? Because it has an unlimited high earning potential, because there's daily startups that are founded. They want engagement, they want exposure, and you can give it to them because you have an audience. And I would, if I would start from scratch, because I'm into entrepreneurship and AI, I would probably start the page on that because it has a very high CPM rates and monetization potential. Like, you can build so many cool partnerships with different tech companies, different AI tools, and they are paying very good because they have a very high marketing budget they need to spend. And in my opinion, theme pages or faceless brands are completely under the radar still, and already they're making money, which is crazy. So in the future, in my opinion, those pages will become even more valuable, especially for advertising reasons. So if you're interested in that, you're gonna post about the news, you're gonna post about the new tools, We're gonna post about founders or AI startups that have some cool stories. And this is basically the audience that you attract are all interested in AI, and then you can start a newsletter teaching them about AI. You have a lot of different monetization potential. And this is just a cool niche if you wanna go on that. The eighth, and I think the last, not the last, almost the last faceless niche is health and wellness, which is a market that is evergreen. There are 3 core markets that people spend money on, which is health, wealth, and relationship. So health is evergreen. There will always be people consuming health content because people are getting older, especially in the first country world, and they just want to live longer. They don't want to die, and they want to be healthy, and therefore there's a lot of demand for it. Okay, so for example, this page has 200 posts, 244k followers, and I think I know this guy personally, and he told me that he's making good money with it. It's quite easy to create the content, so there's a lot of potential in making the content better, which is then again a strategic advantage which will make you viral. And there's a lot of different styles that you can try out, but you can see it works. You just give advice on health, you could give them diet advice, you can create reels in a cinematic format, and it will work. Okay, so it's an evergreen niche, consistent demand, low quality competition. Not a lot of people actually are in the niche. I don't know why, but it's just how it is. And there's unlimited content possibilities because there is unlimited information about how to be healthy, what diet you should go in, and there's a high trust and engagement potential. So if you have, for example, a health coaching, or you have nutrition workout programs, you can build a mobile health application, you can build a supplement brand, you can do partnerships, and of course also build a newsletter, which has a lot of different opportunities in this niche. Okay, and the last faceless niche is luxury and success motivation. If you are into that, if you actually like this kind of lifestyle kind of niche, luxury, then I would not suggest you to go just in luxury, but I would combine luxury and success and motivation, which is Opulenko. If you know this page, he's doing a very good job in combining this kind of lifestyle, success, and motivation together. In my opinion, there's not a lot of competition in that niche, so if you want to build a similar brand to that, you can absolutely do it. You see that he has a lot of engagement, 30k likes, 40k likes, so he's doing a great job. He's posting basically more motivational success kind of posts, but also transitioned from luxury and money, as you can see here, more into motivation. And I think this account also is doing really well. He's basically just using cars and motivation, basically combining, like I said, success and luxury, which works. If you're into that, you can absolutely do it. It's not my favorite, but if you like it, then this niche could also work. You can sell high ticket courses, you can do luxury brand partnerships. For example, Jacob & Co. You probably know this watch brand. This brand is collaborating regularly with faceless accounts, and they're paying a monthly retainer. There are several different brands that you can work with if you're bigger. You can do a premium newsletter, you can do physical luxury products, and this is basically what you can do in this niche. Okay, and now we come to the last 2 niches, which are personal brand niches, which are working insanely good, which is fitness and lifestyle. So if you go to William Scott, you probably have seen him before. He's basically talking about fitness. He's getting a lot of views. And if you would start creating content, you could literally just get inspiration from him, only copy his best formats, viral formats, and it would work. Of course, you would probably not look as him because I think he's also taking steroids. And if you are looking like him, then of course it's better. But it's also cool to just start where you are and then document where you're going with your body, with your transformation. And you can see 180 posts and 700k followers on a personal brand is insane. And he's monetizing by helping people how to get fit. And it's a niche that works. Okay, so you have a strategic advantage because you have a very low competition, especially in personal brands, because people are afraid to show their faces. They don't want to get shamed on. They're thinking what will happen if they don't succeed, what will their family think, whatever. So there's no competition, literally. So if you just put your face out there, you start applying proven viral strategies, then you will go viral. You can trust me. And the monetization opportunities are endless. especially for a personal brand, you can work with supplement brands, you can work with clothing brands, you can have your own code, like a real influencer kind of thing. But yeah, if you actually want to make a business, then I would suggest you to do high ticket fitness coaching. And the last one, which I really like, is personal brand life advice, where you just talk about your experiences in your 20s, you talk about what you've learned. And this one, Tyson Liberto, I hope that's pronounced right, he's just literally taking his phone and talking his thoughts into the camera. And if you like that, if you're more like a deeper kind of person, then this niche works insanely well. Like I said, there's very little competition in personal brands today, especially good personal brands. And he as well just talks into the camera and has millions of views. And it just works because they're talking about deep stuff people can connect with. And the most important thing about social media is that you post something that people could or can emotionally connect with. That's what we all crave for, is deep connections. And this is what you can achieve, especially with this kind of content. And there's no limitation. So it's just you. You are the niche. You can post whatever. Yes, you have kind of a direction, but at the end of the day, you can do whatever you want because people know your face and they will listen to you if you have an audience. And monetization opportunities, like I said, are endless. High ticket coaching, you can do book deals, partnerships. You're basically an influencer and can do whatever you want. Okay, so to come to a conclusion after this long video, I know it's long, but trust me, it's worth. And if you pick a niche in those 11 niches, you will succeed sooner or later because there is no competition, or not a lot of competition, that will have this knowledge that you have now. The perfect niche exists at the intersection of 3 critical factors: your genuine passion, the market opportunity, and monetization potential. Okay, if you hit all those 3, you will have a crazy good niche. And while this whole video and guide provides comprehensive analysis of proven niches, remember that your unique perspective and consistent execution will ultimately determine your success. So if you're just going into niche and copy, you will probably not succeed. Maybe you will, but it's way more likely if you include your unique perspectives and your own thoughts combined with the niche, and this will determine your success. You cannot just copy anything and be a copycat. People will notice, and you will not win. So choose based on what excites you to create daily, not just what promises the highest returns. The most profitable niche is the one you still be passionate about creating content for in 5 years. So your journey begins with this choice. Like I said, you have to choose wisely, but more importantly, make it authentically. But you can do nothing wrong if you go in one of those niches. We're starting a faceless brand. If I would have this knowledge, I would probably have started in the AI niche, or psychology is also something that's interests me, and I would have made way more money. And back then when I started, I didn't even know what a niche was. I figured it out myself. I spent a lot of money into courses, and I hope I could just help someone start their faces Instagram business. It's a very cool business model in my opinion. And if you want this document, by the way, you can join my free community where we can just people connect and talk about their ideas, about their brands. And I've linked it in the community. So check it out. I wish you a great day, and we'll see you in the next video.